40 years after Hollywood actress Natalie Wood died in a mysterious manner on a yacht, her sister Lana Wood says that she thinks she knows what happened. In a moment, you're going to hear from Lana herself. But first, we want to give you a little bit of background about Natalie Wood and her story. Wood started acting young. Who can forget her in that role playing the precocious Santa Claus skeptic in Miracle on 34th Street? She was just 8 years old at the time. She went on to act in at least 28 movies, including West Side Story, where she played the leading female role of Maria. She was glamorous and a part of Hollywood and the scene for years, winning 4 Golden Globes, also 3 Oscars. But Natalie Wood's life ended at the age of 45, and the circumstances of her death still a mystery 4 decades later. Woods died during a boat outing with her husband, Robert Wagner, and at the time, investigators said that she drowned. But there has always been questions about this case, and in 2011, it was reopened. And in 2018, Robert Wagner was named a person of interest, yet he has never been charged. Natalie Wood, her sister, Lana Wood, has written a book titled Little Sister, and in it she says and alleges Wagner murdered her sister in a drunken rage, and also claims that her sister was sexually assaulted by the late actor Kirk Douglas. Lana Wood joins me now live tonight with more on this case and the ongoing investigation. Lana, first of all, my heart breaks for your family and what you all have gone through, and even after all of these years, I'm so sorry for your loss and what happened to your sister.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I know it's difficult to talk about, but you lay forth a lot in your book. And let's start with the blame you place on Robert Wagner, her husband, for her death. Do you have any evidence to back up that claim? What led you to that place?
Yes, I do. I lay out the timeline based upon the detectives' report, the new coroner's report, not the old detectives that did speak to RJ, the new detectives when the case was reopened. The coroner's report, eyewitness and ear witness, and everything that the detectives have told me.
What do you believe happened that night?
What happened is exactly what I've been told, and according to the detectives, it's rather clear cut if you do not pay attention to rumors and supposed and all of that that's been going on for far too long. Just follow the timeline. Natalie and RJ were fighting bitterly the entire trip to Catalina. The first issue was that he wanted to move the boat very late at night in nasty weather over to the isthmus. And Natalie was against that, as it just worried her that they were going to go anywhere and move the boat at that hour of the night. So that was an issue. Natalie ended up leaving the Splendor with the captain, Dennis DeVerne. They checked into a hotel on the island, and Natalie spent the night there. In the morning, she attempted to get a seaplane to take her home, and she was not able to do so. And she sort of, decided that she would just go back to the Splendor and see if she couldn't make things right or soften things. They spent most of the day on the Splendor. Natalie and Christopher Walken then left to go to the local restaurant bar to have a few drinks, leaving a note for RJ. RJ was napping. Then RJ and Dennis DeVerne took the little dinghy and went to the island to join. Everybody got together for dinner. It evidently, from several eyewitnesses, was not a terrifically happy dinner. Then RJ insisted that they go back to the boat, which Natalie didn't want to do and Christopher didn't want to do, but he insisted, so off they went. After they got on board and had drinks, It seems that RJ became very angry and picked up a wine bottle, smashed it on the coffee table, and threatened Christopher with the wine bottle. At that point, Natalie was furious and had had enough of all of these ridiculous arguments. And she left the salon, went to her stateroom, washed up, put on a long flannel nightgown and some wool socks, took a sleeping pill, and went to bed. RJ shortly after that followed. And according to Dennis, the argument continued, and very loudly this time, to the point where he was getting a little distressed, Dennis, and he turned up the radio. He then said that it sounded like furniture was being thrown in the stateroom. So he went up to the door and knocked and said, you know, is everything all right? Is there anything? And RJ opened the door a little bit and said, I'm taking care of this, you know, stay out of it.
Right.
Shut the door. Then Dennis went outside again, and he waited there listening to the argument. He then noticed that Natalie and RJ had come out to the back of the boat. He heard the same thing going on and became very concerned because he felt that it had elevated. So he started around the boat to go to the back. When he got to the back of the boat, there was only RJ there. And RJ said to him, Natalie's missing. And he said, missing? And RJ said, yeah, look around the boat and see if she's there.
And then her body was found in the water.
No, not yet. Dennis checked every single room of the boat. It's not a huge boat. And came back and said, she's not there. And RJ said, well, the dinghy is missing too. Dennis then said, I should turn on the searchlight. And RJ said, direct quote, no, we're not going to do that. And then Dennis said, well, should I call, you know, Baywatch? And Dennis said, RJ said, no, we're not going to do that either. So then Dennis sort of felt stuck and very upset, didn't know what to make of anything. And he and RJ continued drinking.
Lana, I'm gonna jump in real quick because I don't want to run out of time with you up against a commercial break.
Yes.
But let me talk to you about Robert Wagner. He's 91 years old.
Yes.
He was named a person of interest in Natalie's death, but he was never charged. When was the last time you spoke to him, and is he reacting to the story and accounts that you've put forth tonight and in the book?
No, he is not. The last time I spoke to him was about 20 years ago, maybe more. I don't really know. RJ, the detectives came to my home, stated that they have enough to charge him with Natalie's killing.
Do you expect that he will be charged and that you'll get the answers that you want?
The district attorney turned them down, saying there was no smoking gun, even though they had all of this other evidence. They didn't. Their boss held a press conference, Lieutenant John Carina. And in the press, the last thing he said to them, he said, RJ is now a person of interest. The case was reopened, as they know. But he said, all we know for sure is that there were two people on the back of the boat, and then there was one.
Lana, I'm going to stop you right there. I've got a commercial
Okay.
break, but will you stick around and we'll chat a little bit more
Sure.
right after this? Okay, we'll be
Sure.
right back.
Okay.
Lana, we could keep talking about your sister for an hour, but I don't have that much time. So in a couple of seconds, I'm curious how you want her to be remembered.
I want her to be remembered for who she was, not simply an actress and a star. She was a warm, loving, fun-loving, silly, very intelligent, and all over a wonderful person who
Lana.
loved her kids more than anything.
Lana Wood, sister of Natalie Wood, thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you at home for joining us for. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.